below normal. So usually we used to get about 69 millimeter rainfall, and we got 59.9. So it's 13.0% below the normal or long period average. Now, if you just look at the right-hand side diagram, that is the rainfall realized in the month of April, but you find that only the central part of the country, especially Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, and Saurashtra and Kutch, got normal to excess rainfall activity. In addition, of course, in the hills, Arunachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, and Himachal Pradesh got normal to excess rainfall activity. Otherwise, the remaining subdivisions had the deficient or large deficient rainfall activity in the month of April. So, if I look at the various types of heavy rainfall events which occurred in the month of April, you will find that it was sporadic heavy rainfall events, especially northeastern states, which usually gets heavy rainfall in the month of April because of thunderstorms. And also, there has been some kind of heavy rainfall activity in southern Peninsula and isolated parts of Madhya Pradesh and Odisha. If I compare the heavy rainfall activity during different years like 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, it has been this year it has been 56 plus 6, 62 events very heavy rainfall. As compared to last year, we have got 8 days, 33 days of heavy rainfall and 2 days of very heavy rainfall activity. So that means this year compared to 2023 has been higher. But if you look at, for example, 2022 or 2021, 2020, it has been less. Whether we have left something somewhere. That's right. Screen.
वो कह रहा कुछ भेजूंगा तो याद रखूंगा
Full screen.
तब तक ये बुड्ढों को सुन लेता हूँ थोड़ा सा
ये रह गया. Okay. So if you compare, you will find that the southern peninsula, India, has got the deficient rainfall activity in the month of April. The highest deficient, about 60% deficient in the month of April. So therefore, we thought to present here what has been the rainfall activity over southern peninsula 2024 compared to the previous years. This data is presented here from 1901 onwards. You will find that it was the 5th lowest rainfall activity for southern peninsula. This year, rainfall activity has been 12.6 millimeter, which is 60% below the long period average. And previously, if we just look at 1983, it was the lowest rainfall, that is 4.6 millimeter, followed by 1906, 7.3, 2016, 7.3, then 1950, 10.7, and 2024 is 12.6. And from this data, if we just look at annual data, which is presented in the left-hand side diagram, you will find that there is no such trend over southern peninsular India. For the month of April, it is quite random. And of course, it has been less rainfall this year. So we cannot say that it is because of the climate change or something like that. It cannot be derived from this information that there is a trend. So there is no trend as such. Years, if you just look at 1983, 1906, 2016, 1950, 2024. So there is a distribution of the year throughout the period of the study, 1901 to 2024. Now let us look at the temperature during April. Maximum temperature in the top left is the maximum temperature distribution. You can find that it was quite high, and temperature was 34 to 45 degrees Celsius in different parts of the country, except the western Himalayan region like Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, and adjoining areas. The minimum temperature was also, you can see it was quite high, and according to the mean temperature, which is influenced by the maximum temperature. The below row, if we just look at the bottom row, the left-hand side is the maximum temperature anomaly. Maximum temperature anomaly is nothing but the deviation of the maximum temperature from the long period average or from the normal. Or you can say simply the departure from the normal. So maximum temperature anomaly or departure shows that it was warmer over eastern parts of the country, including eastern India, northeastern states, and of course the peninsular India. Northwest India or central India, if you just look at it, is green or light green, which shows that it is below normal maximum temperature. So therefore, there was clear distribution of temperature. Northwest and central India, it was below normal, and southern peninsula, east and northeast India, it was above normal temperature activity, maximum temperature activity, which is reflected in the mean temperature. If you just look at, but if you consider minimum temperature, in the minimum temperature also, the central India was warmer, and northeast India, some parts and parts of central India, it was colder. So at the same time, the peninsular India and east and northeast India was also warmer. What I want to say that it was daytime was warmer over east and northeast India, and also nighttime was warmer in east and northeast India. That means diurnal range between daytime and night temperature was also not so high in certain places. Temperature is becoming less. So therefore, this was another characteristics of this temperature distribution this year, or South Peninsula and east and northeastern India, where we experience the heat wave conditions that we'll see afterwards. This is the temperature during April 2024 for all India and homogeneous regions, which is top ranks from 1901 onwards. If you just look at all India, it is not any highest or lowest. It is the 11th rank maximum temperature. If you like to Northwest India, it is 48th rank because it was colder. East and Northeast India, it was ranking as 9th in terms of warmer temperature. Central India, it was 49th. Very obvious if you remember the previous slide. Northwest and Central India, there was rainfall activity to some extent, temperature was less. The South Peninsula India, if you just look at, it was number 2. That is the second highest. Since 1901, it was the second highest maximum temperature for the South Peninsular India. But minimum temperature, if you just look at, then East and Northeast India also, it was the highest minimum temperature. That means night was warmer for East and Northeast India. So you may be thinking why. So what happens actually in this East and Northeast India, you get on many days in the month of April, the thunderstorms, that is called as Kalboisakhi. But this year, the frequency of Kalboisakhi has become significantly below the average. So as a result, so temperature has not gone down, it has become warmer. Especially Northeast India, if I just tell you, the thunderstorm occurs in late night and early morning, and that is the time when temperature goes down. In one thunderstorm, temperature can go down up to 5 degrees Celsius. So therefore, this is the reason why East and Northeast India has become the warmest since 1901, if you compare in terms of the minimum temperature. Actually, the mean temperature for Northeast India also, it is the highest during this period. And South Peninsula has become the second highest with respect to minimum temperature, maximum temperature, and also the mean temperature. In South Peninsula also, the number of thunderstorm activity has been quite less this year. And dry condition prevailed, and of course, temperature went on rising. Now let us look at a little more detail about East and Northeast India for April 2014. So these are the years. So this was the highest rank, as I told you a little earlier. Minimum temperature was the maximum minimum temperature. That is the warmest night, I can say. It is the warmest night or warmest minimum temperature for East and Northeast India. But earlier it occurred in 2022 also. It was second highest. That means then 1908, 1954, 1980. So considering the years 2024, 2022, 1908, 1950, 1980, the maxima in night temperature shows that there is no such trend. You cannot say that it is because of the climate change or global warming that we got 2024 is the highest. But it could have been the trend. Then you could have seen all the years in recent times would have been in the rank of 1 to 5. Now let us look at East and Northeast India mean temperature. Here also you'll find that 2024, then 1908, 1973, 1960, 1938. So therefore, after 1973, you will say that this year, East and Northeast India has become the highest temperature, highest mean temperature. Consider South Peninsula, here it is the second highest, as I told you, in terms of maximum temperature, minimum temperature, and the mean temperature. And corresponding 5 highest years are mentioned here. So while you look at South Peninsula, for the maximum temperature, what you find actually, it is 2016 and 2024, 2017, 2019, 1996. Certainly, this table shows that in the recent time, out of 5 extremes, 4 extremes have occurred in the recent years. Similarly, if you consider the minimum temperature, you have 2016, 2024, and 2017. So 3 out of 5 has occurred in recent years. And mean temperature, similarly, 3 out of 5 has occurred in the recent years. Now, let us look at the trend. If I look at the trend of maximum temperature, you will find that yes, our South Peninsular India, as I told a little earlier, there is a trend. In the recent time, in Southern Peninsular India, there is a rise in temperature. And you can find out, I've just drawn an ellipse here. So these are the years you see. The green line is the normal line based on data of 1991 to 2020. But you find that unlike the previous years, since 1980s, you will find that the years have higher temperature than the normal. So that means it's becoming more frequent. They have above normal maximum temperatures are becoming more frequent over peninsular India in the recent years, commencing from 1980s. If you look at the minimum temperature, what you find that it is not so high, but still there is some trend that you are getting more frequent higher minimum temperatures. I think the mean, similarly, you have certain influences, but the most important is the maximum temperature in the peninsular India, we saw some kind of increasing trend. Now, this is the East and Northeast India. You can find that there is no such trend in East and Northeast India. You can find this diagram. There are certain peaks where temperature increase, and recent time also you've seen temperature increase. Now, this is the mean temperature East and Northeast India. There is no trend. So this is what I wanted to explain you, that the trend is visible in South India in terms of the maximum temperature. Now, let us look at disastrous weather events in the month of April. You can say that this heavy rainfall is shown in light blue color. You will find that there was heavy rainfall activity in this area, and Arunachal Pradesh also there was heavy rainfall activity in plains, etc. And then you have got lightning activity over eastern India, northern states, and different parts of the country. And then, of course, there has been some cases of hailstorms. We can have, and the heat wave conditions. Heat wave conditions is dominant in East India and Peninsular India. Now, if we just look at the damage due to these activities, so 32 persons reportedly died in April because of the various types of events. So hailstorms, it was damage to crops reported in Amravati district of Maharashtra on 10 April and Karnal district of Haryana on 19. Heavy landslide occurred on 25th April in Diwan Valley and on 10th April at Akola, Burdana, Jalgaon, and Wasim of Maharashtra. And heat wave conditions claimed death in Balasore, both Cuttack, Puri, Sambalpur, that is 5 in Odisha, and 14-15 April, Banka, Vaishali in Bihar 2, and 23-24 April, in Kannur, Palakkad, Kerala 2 on 28 April. So there are different occasions. There has been deaths, I will say, to summarize, that heat wave has caused death in Odisha, and then Bihar, and then Kerala. And this data is not sacrosanct, I will tell you. This is just data, whatever media we have received it. And I think information आप लोगों के पास ज़्यादा हो सकता है, or otherwise government may have the better information. But there has been certain death due to lightning also. And below a table shows the lightning deaths. You can find out there are certain sporadic deaths in different parts of the country, especially Karnataka, Odisha, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, Maharashtra, and Telangana. These areas have reported the lightning. There has been lightning deaths to the livestock also. So one is reported here, that is Andhra Pradesh, 28 livestock, but there could be more also that we do not know. Now, this is the heat wave in April 2024. In the month of March, there was no heat wave conditions. Only Saurashtrian Kutch reported 1 or 2 days, and Konkan reported 1 day. But in the month of April, there has been 2 spells of heat wave conditions. One is 5 to 7 April over eastern India, Southeast Peninsula, and again 15 to 30th April. 13th, 30th April, actually, initially it started, 15th April started in Odisha, 17th April started in West Bengal, and then it intensified and expanded to Bihar, Jharkhand, Southeast Peninsula, especially Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, interior Karnataka, Tamil Nadu. And towards the end also, we got the heat wave conditions for Konkan and Saurashtrian Kutch. So on the left-hand side diagram shows the distribution of number of heat wave days in different parts. The maximum heat wave days has been 18 days over Odisha and 16 days over West Bengal. It is followed by 10 days each in Jharkhand, then North Central Karnataka and Rayalaseema, and other regions are 7, 8, 6 like that. Now, if you remember what we predicted for the month of April, we told that there will be 8 to 10 days against normal of 1 to 3 days. So there has been even more than the prediction in the state of West Bengal and Odisha. Otherwise, in different places, it comes within that forecast range. So what are the reason then? The longer dry spell, that is, I'm talking about not 5 to 7, I'm talking about 15 onwards, what happened till 30th. The longer dry spell has been because of the absence of thunderstorms. There was no weather systems which supported the thunderstorm activity over eastern India and the southern peninsula. That is one of the reasons why the absence of rain has helped to increase and persisting heatwave conditions. Then if you go a little deeper, what happened actually, there is anticyclone circulation which persisted in most of the days over west central Bay of Bengal, that is near Andhra Pradesh coast. If you just imagine, here is an anticyclone circulation over Andhra Pradesh coast, what happens actually, because of the anticyclone, wind blows from the land towards the sea over Odisha, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, etc. So that you do not get any moisture or any sea breeze from the Bay of Bengal, and therefore the land breeze becomes stronger, and land breeze are dry and warmer, and therefore temperature rises. And temperature is reason. It could not be cut off because the anticyclone did not become active. There is a good news while I am explaining to you. Today, there has been thunderstorm activity over Odisha and noon time, and it may be continuing in certain parts also. So there has been some disruption in the continuous heat wave conditions. So we are expecting that now the heat wave condition will be abated. We told that earlier from 2nd onwards, and that may be correct. From tomorrow onwards, you will find that the heat wave condition will be slightly abated, but gradually it will decrease. It's not sudden decrease. The certain pockets will have heat wave conditions over the eastern parts of the country. There will be gradual improvement. Same is the case maybe South Peninsula. Now, let us look at the statistics. If I just look at different years from 2010 onwards, so I'm presenting here, you will look that for the month of March, it was quite less. Blue is month of March, and red is month of April. If I look at the month of April, 2024, there is 118. So this is the average number of days taking into weighted with meteorological subdivisions. And previously in 2022, it was 198. And then before that, if you just look at it is 2010. So maximum was 2010 for country as a whole. It was followed by 2022. And this year, 2024, also we have the third highest subdivision days, of heat wave conditions. Now, if you just look at especially Odisha, which was the maximum days, you will find that in earlier it was 23 days in 2010, and then 21 days in 2016, and 2024 is 18. So these are the maximum number of heat wave days in a particular subdivision. And further also we have done some analysis for this Odisha state only I'm representing here because it was maximum. So you will find that yes, there is a variation within the state itself, and severe heat wave conditions occur only in north coastal Odisha, you can say. North coastal Odisha and adjacent areas had the severe heat wave conditions. Otherwise, there were heat wave conditions in different parts of the country, be it interior, be it coastal, but eastern part had more heat wave conditions and severe heat wave conditions. So your black indicates 13 days. That means Ganjam district, Khurda district, and Jagatsinghpur district. Khurda district includes Bhubaneswar, and we have got the maximum number of heat wave days. Now, so this is already I have discussed what is the reason for this type of activity. There was no heat wave condition. There was no heat wave conditions for north and central India during April because there was heat. These western disturbances. There are 5 active western disturbances that affected northwest and central India. 4 of them were very slow moving. So since they moved slow, that continuously there was rainfall activity, or the wind was northwesterly with a colder wind. So therefore temperature was optimal. And then also there was rain or snow activity in western Himalayan region, Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, etc. And adjoining plains for 2 to 4 days. Isolated heavy rainfall also occurred, sometimes 3 to 5 days in the western Himalayan region and adjoining plains. The most active western disturbance, if you all remember, which affected Dubai in Oman, that was the period 11 to 17, and on 15th actually it occurred there, 15, 16 occurred there, and then it moved towards the region, but by the time it reached our region, it has lost the steam, but still it caused rainfall activity and snowfall activity. for Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal, and Uttarakhand. So heat wave conditions I have just discussed with you. Then many areas of west coast, Kerala to Konkan, including Mumbai, experienced hot and humid weather. This time we have included a hot and humid weather when temperature is 3 degrees Celsius above normal and humidity is above normal. We call it as hot and humid weather. And that hot and humid weather continued for a longer time in the coastal areas, including Konkan. So low winds with moisture incursion from North Bay of Bengal caused heavy rain for Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, and Tripura during some days in the month. Now let us look at the verification. What was the forecast? On the left-hand side is the observed rainfall category. You will see that there was very good rainfall activity over northwest India and west central India. I will tell northwest and west central India, very good rainfall activity. Adjoining Peninsula India also. And this was the forecast. Plus also there was a good rainfall activity forecast was there for northern parts of Peninsula, northwest India, and eastern part, western part of central India. So that has happened to a large extent, but it was a little underwhelming over Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh got very good rainfall activity as compared to forecast. Forecast is normal to be above normal, but it has occurred mostly above normal rainfall activity. The remaining parts, it has become below normal, as you predicted, it has become below normal. Now let us look at the temperature. Yeah, this is the maximum temperature. So we predicted that there will be a very high temperature, high probability. The red color indicates the high probability. More than 75% probability was there in the southern peninsula and eastern India. We will have the above normal temperature. And you can find that southern India and eastern India, where heat wave occurred, including this one, has the higher normal temperature. But if we look at the central part and northwestern part, the temperature became below normal. So though we predicted with low probability that it will be warmer, but it did not become warm, it became cold. It is because of the western disturbances, as I discussed a little earlier, which caused rainfall activity and northwestern winds, limiting the temperature to the normal or below normal conditions. Now let us look at the minimum temperature. Yeah, minimum temperature was quite impressive as compared to maximum temperature performance. Most parts it was predicted that it will be above normal, but high probability was given for eastern parts of the country, peninsular India, and east and northeastern states. And that has happened in the central part, this Madhya Pradesh and adjoining areas, and some parts of northwest India, it was below normal temperature, which could not be predicted. Otherwise, remaining areas, it could be predicted well. Now, following this monthly forecast, we also issued the extended range forecast for heat wave conditions. This is, for example, the graphical heat wave prediction we have introduced this year. We need your comments and suggestions also to further improve it. Like cyclogenesis, we are also providing here the heat wave probability for week 1 and week 2. So these are the forecasts for the week 5 to 11 April. You can see here, eastern part of country, we gave the moderate probability for occurrence of heat wave, and it has occurred also. This is the realization. The comparison of these two, if you see, in extended range also it could be predicted well. And this is for the remaining week, second week, this is the third week, and this is the fourth week forecast, and accordingly, the actual what has happened. Now, this is a week 2 forecast. So every Thursday we issue week 1 and week 2. So week 2 forecast, we told that here, this will be the heat wave conditions. So heat wave conditions prevail there. That is in West Bengal, Jharkhand, and Odisha. There was heat wave conditions, but heat wave conditions also prevail over eastern part of peninsula. It was not predicted for week 2. Same thing happened for this week 2 forecast. So what I find that for week 2, there was some kind of under estimation for the peninsular India. Otherwise, for the eastern India, it could be predicted well for the week 2. That means 15 days in advance, it could be predicted that there will be heat wave conditions over West Bengal, Odisha, and adjoining areas. Okay, so now let us look at the heat wave warning issued on day-to-day basis, valid for next 5 days. This is a table what shows how we issued the heat wave warning for different color codes, so different meteorological subdivisions. Just in summary, I want to say that heat wave warning in the medium range, that is up to say 5 days, we predicted for the first spell, it was 4 to 5 days in advance, it was predicted for different meteorological subdivisions. And for spell 2, which started on the 15th of April, the first forecast for Odisha was issued for 11. On 11, 5 days in advance, we told that the heat wave spell will commence, and Odisha, West Bengal, different areas we gave. We issued orange color warning on 7th April, and red color warning started from 21st April for different parts of the country, including Odisha and West Bengal. Now let us look at the large-scale processes. What is happening now? As all of us know, that El Nino condition is deteriorating. That means sea surface temperature over East Equatorial Pacific is reducing. So at present, last week, if we just look at 3.4, which influences Indian weather, it is 0.7. And but if you look at 3 months average or 2 months average, it still satisfies as a moderate El Nino conditions. If temperature is 0.5 to 1.5 above the normal, it is called as the weak El Nino, and then 1 to 1.5 is considered the moderate El Nino, 1.5 and above it is called as the strong El Nino conditions. So at present, if you look at 3 months average, it's still the moderate El Nino conditions, but if you consider the weak only, it is the weak El Nino conditions. Usually, globally, we do not declare El Nino on the weekly basis. We go by the average of last 2 months or 3 months, and we, according to that, it is a moderate El Nino conditions. And you can see the diagrams that on the right hand side that how the temperature is decreasing in different Nino regions. Now let us look at the forecast for the El Nino Southern Oscillation. In the left hand side diagram, this is the blue is the La Nina, red is the El Nino, and gray is the neutral conditions. You find that March, April, May, if I just look at forecast, yes, there is El Nino conditions, but April, May, June, if I go, the moderate, the most important dominating factor becomes the neutral conditions. Then after that, gradually, neutral condition decreasing and La Nina condition is developing. So our forecast is that El Nino is expected to persist through the northern hemisphere early summer. That means up to May there will be El Nino conditions. From June there will be the improvement, the neutral condition will develop, and by August perhaps we will have the La Nina conditions developing in the region. It is also supported by different models. Now, considering Indian Ocean dipole, yes, most of the models are showing that Indian Ocean dipole is expected to be positive during the monsoon season. And at present, it is the neutral Indian Ocean dipole conditions. This is our own model, which is being run by IITM and IMD. That is Monsoon Mission Climate Forecast System. It is also in agreement with the other global models. Now let us look at the probability forecast for maximum temperature for the month of May 2024. So here you find that there are 3 categories. One is the above normal, that is yellow, orange, red category. The normal is green, and below normal is shown in blue or violet, what you say, in different colors. So what you find in this diagram, that the western part of the country is expected to have the higher probability of the above normal temperature, and probability is maximum for West UP, parts of Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi, and here Saurashtra, Kutch, and West Coast, parts of Karnataka. On the eastern side, coastal Odisha and Adjacent areas continues to be above normal temperature, and some parts of Bihar, southern West Bengal, and West Bengal also expected to have above normal temperature. Here also Tamil Nadu and adjoining Rayalaseema also expected to have above normal temperatures. The white patches, what you find within the India region, that is the region where we are telling that the model is not indicating whether it will be above normal or below normal. Model has no preference in this region. Model could not find any signal. There is noise in this area. So therefore, we can say we cannot tell what will happen in that area. Now, this is the minimum temperature. Just like maximum temperature, minimum temperature are also expected to be higher in the western part of the country, this area. So we have to be cautious for the western part, that we have the prediction that it will be a higher day temperature and also higher night temperature. And the eastern side, the night temperature also will be there on the eastern side, including Odisha, Chhattisgarh, and adjoining areas, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu, and Puducherry. Same is the case in the central part. The good thing in the central part, especially Maharashtra, is showing the below normal minimum temperature and also the below normal maximum temperature. You will just look at this one. Now, the eastern states and northeastern states like they will be below normal temperature because we are expecting that there will be a good rainfall activity. Northwest India, if we just compare, yes, Northwest India minimum temperature is also showing that a mixed trend, and maximum temperature, if we just look at this is the maximum temperature, it is higher in the plains of Northwest India, including Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi, West UP, and North Rajasthan. Now, based on this condition, the heat wave, if you just look at normally in the month of, on right hand side diagram is the climatology of heat wave based on data of 1993 to 2016. You will find that this is a heat core zone. Entire Indo-Indian plains, northern India, northern plains, and central India and adjoining northeast peninsula. Here, usually we get the heat wave conditions. Now, this forecast, what we find that this is the forecast of heat wave days, number of heat wave days. How many days heat wave conditions are expected in the month of May? Okay, anomaly. That means it is the departure from the normal condition. Normally 3 days, but it's telling it will be say 2 to 8 days. It will be above normal in different parts of the country. It will be 5 to 8 days above normal. So normal is 3 days, so 5 to 8 days means it will be 8 to 11 days. Over South Rajasthan, West Madhya Pradesh, Vidarbha, Marathwada, and Gujarat region. And 2 to 4 days. Hello?
Slide. You need to change the slide. We can't see.
Are you looking at heat wave outlook slide?
So the slides are not moving accordingly.
Oh.
It's been stuck for last few minutes.
It's still stuck at maximum temperature.
Is it? Okay, just a minute.
Sir, we can
Now
see
we
heat
got
wave
heat
outlook
wave
for May
outlook.
2024.
When you were referring, sir, at that time we didn't get the slide.
Now
So
you've
we
got it.
can't-
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the heat wave outlook. As for the climatology, we expect only 1 to 3 days of heat wave per month, that is May. And this is based on data of 1990 to 2016. And this covers the entire north plains, northern plains, that is Indo-Gangetic plains, central India, and northeast peninsula. Now, if you look at the forecast on the left-hand side, it forecast shows that there could be the higher number of heat wave days over the western parts of the country, especially over South
Sir, it again
Rajasthan.
changed. Sir, wrong slide, please, because it again came back to the earlier one.
Which
Above
one?
global maximum temperature.
Oh,
We are getting minimum temperature.
okay, just wait for 1 minute. Let us. I am in the heat wave outlook.
Sir,
No,
you
sir,
can
we
stop
get
your video. Maybe that will help out. If you
Okay.
can stop your
Okay,
video.
okay. I'll stop my video.
We are getting only the probabilistic forecast for minimum temperature, May.
Now heat wave outlook.
Okay, I'll share fresh. Are you getting now heat wave outlook?
Not yet come, sir. Just waiting for the screen. Yeah.
Okay. What is happening? First time it
Now
happened.
it has come heat wave outlook for May.
Yes. Yes, I am discussing about that only. The heat wave outlook for the month of May.
Yeah,
So-
it has come now.
Yeah. So normally we get heat wave days for 3 days, heat wave for 3 days in Northwest India, the plains of Northwest India and Central India and Northeast Peninsula. And this year, if you just look at area is almost same, wherever we get heat wave, same area is showing the heat wave conditions. The left-hand side diagram is the heat wave area. But if you look at the number of days, it is showing that it will be 5 to 8 days above the normal conditions. That means 3 days you get, it will 5 to 8 days. That means it will be 8 to 11 days of heat wave conditions over South Rajasthan, West Madhya Pradesh, Vidarbha, Marathwada, and Gujarat region. And other regions will have 2 to 4 days above normal. That means it will be 5 to 7 days. It will be 5 to 7 days of heat wave conditions over remaining parts of Rajasthan, East Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, and some parts of Chhattisgarh, interior Odisha, Ganges West Bengal, Jharkhand, Bihar, North Interior Karnataka, Telangana, and some isolated pockets of Tamil Nadu and South Andhra Pradesh. So this is the forecast of the heat wave. I'm moving to next slide. So this is, are you able to see the next slide? The extended range outlook.
Yes, it is visible.
Fine. So in the extended range outlook, which was issued on 26 April, the forecast was for 26 April to 2nd May, first week. Second week was 3rd May to 9 May. Now we are approaching towards second week, like the 3rd May to 9 May. The forecast says that there is moderate probability that it will be heat wave conditions over East UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, into West Bengal, Odisha, South Chhattisgarh, then Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and of course interior parts of Karnataka, and here some parts of South Rajasthan, Saurashtra Kutch, and Konkan also will have the heat wave conditions. So this is in agreement with what forecast we issued for the month of May, and is being visible for the forecast in the extent range. Now this is the forecast for day-to-day conditions. So as of today, if we look at the 5 days forecast for 1st May to 5th May, but we see that the red color will vanish from tomorrow onwards, and till tomorrow there could be some red color, it will vanish, orange will be there, and gradually become yellow when we move towards 5 on the eastern parts of the country. But at the same time, the heat wave conditions are developing over the Saurashtra Kutch, Konkan, Madhya Maharashtra, and adjoining areas. This is number one. Number two is that we are expecting thunderstorm activity over the eastern parts of the country. Eastern parts will have thunderstorm activity gradually. Today, as I told you already, it has started over Odisha, and adjoining areas also will be there. So there will be some abatement of heat wave gradually from tomorrow over the eastern parts of the country. In the northwest India, we are expecting the western disturbances, and therefore we are expecting some rainfall activity. And one western disturbance is moving already today. Another will come on 3rd May. From the 3rd May to 5th May, we can expect the rainfall activity, thunderstorm activity over northwest India. Now, impact-based forecast and heat wave vibes for the color, but in addition to color, we are also providing impact-based forecast for different sectors, like say elections. For general election, we are providing constituency-wise forecast is being provided in terms of color codes, what will be the heat wave, when it will be the heat wave. Similarly, for Indian Railways, also we are providing railway stations and Indian Railways, which railway line or which railway station will be affected by the heat wave. So similarly, third one is the power sector, the national highways, etc. And we are identifying the different utility sectors which are under the influence of the heat wave. And let us look at the forecast for rainfall. I come to the probabilistic forecast for rainfall during May 2024. The left-hand side, the probabilistic forecast distribution, above normal, yellow, orange, red shows the below normal rainfall, green shows the normal rainfall, and violet to blue shows the above normal rainfall activity. So what you find here that the rainfall during the month of May is averaged, if we average it, it will become the normal, that is between 91 to 109% of the long period average. And long period average rainfall is about 61.4 millimeter. Based on data of 1971 to 2020, the average rainfall is 61.4 millimeter. And spatial distribution suggests that normal, above normal rainfall activity is likely over most parts of northwest India. You can see here, most northwest India, except the Jammu and Kashmir, except Ladakh region, you can say. Ladakh usually doesn't get much rainfall. It's a cold desert. So you got northwest India. Then some parts of central, you can see, like Madhya Pradesh. Again, Madhya Pradesh and adjoining areas are expected to have the above normal rainfall activity, and northeast peninsula, especially Telangana and adjoining Vidarbha area, you can say, and adjoining Karnataka, etc., and Tamil Nadu will have the normal to above normal rainfall activity. The below normal rainfall activity is expected over, say, interior parts or many parts of Odisha, and then North Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Southern West Bengal, some parts of northeastern states, and here Telangana, and here Rayalaseema and adjoining South Andhra Pradesh and Kerala will have the probability of below normal rainfall activity, and some parts of Gujarat and Konkan coast also. And the dot you can find out, certainly there are dots. These dots indicate that the rainfall normal is very, very less in this area. There is large variation. Therefore, rainfall forecast we are giving, the confidence is less over those areas. The white area, whatever you find, these are the white shaded areas, are the areas where the model does not have the strength. The model is not indicating any signal. There is no forecast given by the model for those white areas. That means it is not able to say whether it will be normal or above normal or below normal. It is not, because they are equally probable whether it will be below normal, above normal, or not. Now let's look at हिंदी, अथवा अभी आपको हिंदी में बताऊंगा कि मई 2024 को 24 के महीने में के लिए देश के अधिकांश हिस्सों में अधिकतम तापमान सामान्य से अधिक रहने का संभावना है। केवल पूर्वोत्तर भारत के अधिकतर भाग, उत्तर पश्चिम भारत के और मध्य भारत के कुछ हिस्सों तथा पूर्वोत्तर प्रायद्वीप भारत को छोड़कर जहां सामान्य से लेकर सामान्य से नीचे अधिकतम तापमान होने का संभावना है। भूमि क्षेत्र के भीतर सफेद छायांकित क्षेत्र जलवायु संबंधित संभावनाओं, यानी कोई संकेत नहीं दे रहा है, ये न्यूट्रल है, इसमें क्या हो सकता है ये मॉडल से हमको पता नहीं चलता है, जो सफेद क्षेत्र है। और ये हमारा न्यूनतम तापमान के पूर्वानुमान, देश के अधिकांश हिस्सों में न्यूनतम तापमान सामान्य से अधिक रहने का संभावना है। केवल उत्तर पश्चिम भारत के कुछ क्षेत्रों, भारत गांगेय मैदानी इलाकों, मध्य भारत और पूर्वोत्तर भारत के अधिकांश हिस्सों को छोड़कर जहां सामान्य से लेकर सामान्य से नीचे न्यूनतम तापमान होने का संभावना है। So most contrasting feature is that during April, Madhya Pradesh has been below normal maximum temperature, minimum temperature, and in May also, that Madhya Pradesh is least likely to have heat wave conditions, but otherwise other areas are showing higher temperature, both minimum and maximum temperatures. Some variation is there otherwise. So this is very important point. Now, मई 2024 के दौरान पूरी देश में औसत वर्षा सामान्य दीर्घावधि औसत एलपीए का 91% होने का संभावना है। 1971 से 2020 तक आंकड़ों को आधार पर मई के दौरान देश भर में वर्षा का एलपीए लगभग 61.4 मिलीमीटर है। जैसे दिखाई दे रहा है, उत्तर पश्चिम भारत के अधिकांश हिस्सों, मध्य भारत के कुछ हिस्सों, उत्तरी भारत और पूर्वोत्तर भारत में सामान्य से लेकर सामान्य से अधिक वर्षा होने की संभावना है। देश के शेष भागों में सामान्य से नीचे वर्षा होने की संभावना है। मानचित्र पर बिंदीदार क्षेत्र में आमतौर पर मई के दौरान बहुत कम वर्षा होती है, जैसे आपको दिखाई देगा गुजरात, मध्य प्रदेश, वेस्ट यूपी और महाराष्ट्र। जो बिंदु दिखाई दे रहा है, इसका मतलब होता है कि यहाँ बहुत कम बारिश होता है। जबकि भूमि क्षेत्र के भीतर सफेद छाया वाले क्षेत्र, जैसे आप दिखाई दे रहा है यहाँ कुछ के पास, कि कर्नाटक के पास जो, महाराष्ट्र के पास जो सफेद क्षेत्र है, इसमें ये संकेत देता है कि ये मॉडल का कोई प्रेफरेंस नहीं है। मॉडल बता नहीं पा रहे हैं कि बिलो नॉर्मल होगा, कि एबो नॉर्मल होगा, कि नॉर्मल होगा। सो हीट वेव की बात करें तो मई 2024 के दौरान उष्ण लहर दिनों का संख्या दक्षिण राजस्थान, पश्चिम मध्य प्रदेश, विदर्भ, मराठवाड़ा और गुजरात क्षेत्र में लगभग 5 से 8 दिनों के लिए, और राजस्थान के शेष भागों, पूर्व मध्य प्रदेश, पंजाब, हरियाणा, चंडीगढ़, दिल्ली, उत्तर प्रदेश, छत्तीसगढ़ के कुछ भागों और इंटीरियर उड़ीसा, गांगेय पश्चिम बंगाल, झारखंड, बिहार, नॉर्थ इंटीरियर कर्नाटक और तेलंगाना तथा उत्तर तमिलनाडु, आंध्र प्रदेश के इक्का दुक्का इलाकों में लगभग 2-4 दिन ज्यादा हीट वेव कंडीशंस देखने को मिल सकता है। ये हमारा एक्सटेंडेड फोरकास्ट है। सो नेक्स्ट वीक आप देखेंगे तो जो वीक आ रहा है, सो 2 मई to 7 मई, एक वीक ऑलरेडी जा चुके हैं, कल फिर हमारा नया एक्सटेंडेड फोरकास्ट आएगा। सो 2 मई to 7 मई देखेंगे तो आपका नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स में बारिश होगा, मगर इतना बारिश नहीं होगी जैसे नॉर्मल जितना होता है ज्यादा होगा, नॉर्मल से कम बारिश होगा, मगर बारिश होगा। और साउथ ईस्ट पेनिनसुला जैसे साउथ कर्नाटक और केरला, इस एरिया में कुछ बारिश होगा। और एक डब्ल्यूडी की वजह से जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, लद्दाख और हिमाचल प्रदेश एरिया में भी बारिश होने का संभावना है। जब हम नेक्स्ट वीक को जाएंगे तब वही एरिया में बारिश हो रहा है, मगर ज्यादा एक्टिविटी बढ़ रहा है नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स में, एबो नॉर्मल रेनफॉल होगा। 9 मई to 16 मई जो पीरियड आ रहे हैं, इसके बाद जो 16 मई to 23 मई जो पीरियड आ रहे हैं, ये दोनों वीक में नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स में ज्यादा से ज्यादा बारिश होगा, मैंने नॉर्मल जितना होता है इससे ज्यादा बारिश होगा। और ये दूसरा जो रीजन है वहाँ इधर नॉर्मल और बिलो नॉर्मल होने का संभावना है। यूजुअली आप देखेंगे मई महीने में बहुत सारा बारिश होता है, जून सबसे ज्यादा बारिश होता है नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स में, फॉलोड बाय मंथ ऑफ मई। सो मई में कभी कभी इसलिए बाढ़ भी आ जाता है, लैंडस्लाइड होता है, लैंडस्लिप होता है, और ये ज्यादातर थंडरस्टॉर्म की वजह से होता है। इसलिए हम आपके जरिए सभी लोगों को ये सावधान करते हैं कि नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स में ये सभी सीवियर वेदर ज्यादा हो सकता है। जैसे पीरियड मैं बता रहा हूँ 9 मई to 23 मई, इस पीरियड में ज्यादा बारिश होगा और ज्यादा थंडरस्टॉर्म होगा, हेस्टम हो सकता है, लाइटनिंग होगा, स्क्वाल होगा, और इसके वजह से लैंडस्लाइड, मडस्लाइड, लैंड सिंक वगैरह में हो सकता है। इसका इम्पैक्ट ट्रांसपोर्ट सेक्टर में हो सकता है और हमारे खेती के ऊपर हो सकता है, इसलिए हम सभी सतर्क रहना चाहिए। सो ये टेम्परेचर के फॉर है, आप जैसे देखें पास लेफ्ट साइड में टेम्परेचर है और राइट साइड में इसका डिपार्चर नॉर्मल है, दैट इज एनोमली। ये दिखाई दे रहा है कि वेस्ट कोस्ट एंड ये तो हो गया ही वीक ऑलरेडी, जो हमने दिए थे अकॉर्डिंग, देखिए जो येलो ऑरेंज कलर देख रहे हैं वही एरिया में हीट देखने को मिला है ये हफ्ता में, जो हफ्ता भी जा चुके हैं। अब थर्ड में से दिखा रहे हैं ये एरिया में भी फिर भी टेम्परेचर ज्यादा रहेगा और इसमें हीट वेव कंडीशन हो सकता है। और फोर्थ वीक जाएंगे तो फोर्थ दैट मीन्स 10 मई ऑनवर्ड्स आप देखेंगे जो नॉर्थ वेस्ट इंडिया और सेंट्रल इंडिया जहां अभी टेम्परेचर नॉर्मल या बिलो नॉर्मल है, वहां टेम्परेचर बढ़ेगा और टेम्परेचर ज्यादा होने का संभावना है। सो थैंक यू वेरी मच, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपको। अभी हम आपका प्रश्न और क्वेश्चन ले सकते हैं। नाउ फ्लोर इज ओपन।
Sir, here Kunal from India Today.
Yes, please.
Sir, how you are? First of all, why you have shown in your presentation that eastern and northeastern India registered the highest maximum, highest minimum and mean temperature. What is the reason? आपने कहा कि बारिश नहीं हो रही है, that is true, but why this is not happening?
नहीं, वो तो आपने याद रख लिया, बारिश नहीं हो रहा है क्योंकि बारिश तो हमारा जल ही जीवन है, इसलिए आपने याद रख लिया। और एक बात हमने बताया कि एंटी साइक्लोनिक सर्कुलेशन वो वेस्ट सेंट्रल बे ऑफ बंगाल के ऊपर केंद्रीभूत रहा, जो कि आंध्र प्रदेश के आसपास, साउथ आंध्र प्रदेश और सेंट्रल आंध्र प्रदेश के आसपास वो एंटी साइक्लोनिक सर्कुलेशन रहा। आप तो सीमा दिन करिए, मेरे हाथ को नहीं देखिए, ये एंटी साइक्लोनिक सर्कुलेशन है तो विंड ऐसे घूम रहा है, क्लॉकवाइज विंड चल रहा है, और सेंटर इसका आंध्र प्रदेश, साउथ आंध्र प्रदेश कोस्ट यानी नेल्लोर, अनुगुल, प्रकाशम के पास ये सेंटर है। सोच लीजिए, तो विंड क्या हो रहा है इसकी वजह से? इसकी वजह से विंड लैंड से सी की तरफ जा रहे हैं ओवर नॉर्दर्न पार्ट्स ऑफ आंध्र प्रदेश, ओडिशा, छत्तीसगढ़, वेस्ट बंगाल। यहाँ सी से लैंड को विंड नहीं जा रहा है, लैंड से सी विंड आ रहा है। सो लैंड से जो सी को जो विंड आ रहा है इसको लैंड ब्रिज आप बोलेंगे, इसको लैंड ब्रिज स्ट्रांग हो जाता है, सी ब्रिज स्ट्रांग नहीं होता है। और सी ब्रिज इज मॉइस्ट विंड। सो मॉइस्ट विंड आने से थंडरस्टॉर्म हो जाता है, मॉइस्ट विंड नहीं आएगा तो थंडरस्टॉर्म नहीं होगा। सब आपको भी दिखा दिया कि बारिश कैसे कम हुआ उस एरिया में और थंडरस्टॉर्म भी कम हुआ है। तो ये रीजन रहा बारिश क्यों कम हुआ, बिकॉज ऑफ द एंटीसाइक्लोन। मुझे पूछेंगे क्या एंटीसाइक्लोन कभी नहीं होता है? क्यों होता है? एंटीसाइक्लोन होता है नॉर्मली। एंटीसाइक्लोन विल बी लिटिल नॉर्थ ऑफ द पोजीशन 15 डिग्री नॉर्मल पोजीशन होता है, एंड एज द season advances, the month advances, like towards end of April or second half of April, it moves towards 17 degree or something like that. So that North Bay of Bengal or adjoining Central Bay of Bengal, we will have the anticyclone circulation. और anticyclone circulation इस बार सेंट्रल बे में रहा और वो फिर आंध्र कोस्ट के पास रहा, थोड़ा सा दूर रहा होता, सेंट्रल बे ऑफ बंगाल में रहा होता तो आपको कुछ moisture incursion हो सकता था. So moisture incursion could not be possible because of the odd position of the anticyclone circulation as compared to the normal position every year what we find. So that is the reason why it happens sometimes, some years. Therefore, it is the third such year after 2010 when number of heat wave days has become maximum. So this is one thing. But at the same time, if you look at Saurashtra and Konkan area, there what happened actually, the anticyclone circulation was far away from the west coast. It was nearby to Oman, and that nearby to Oman, that anticyclone circulation caused intense rainfall activity when western disturbance passing over Dubai. That was unprecedented rainfall. What we got, anticyclone circulation was very close. It was on the west central Arabian Sea, and moisture incursion was taking place over Oman and Dubai, Saudi Arabia, and other coasts. If it is away from our coast, so it will not support moisture incursion over Saurashtra or Gujarat coast, Konkan coast. Therefore, temperature rose in Saurashtra and Konkan coast in the last week of April, leading to heat wave conditions. So this is just a game between the anticyclone circulation, their strength, their location, and also, of course, the passing western disturbances. In the northern sector, there was no heat wave condition for northwest India, central India, because of the western disturbance.
Grounded, sir, Srishti this side.
Sir, hello.
Yes, we'll take Madam Srishti. Yeah.
Yes. So, just one basic question. What is the average number of heat wave days in April and May? If you could clarify that. And second, sir, is the area impacted by heat wave in April this time larger than expected? Because West Bengal too had heat waves in April. Thank you.
Yeah. So
सर मैं अनिरुद्ध बोल रहा हूँ, इसी सवाल को मैं भी पूछ रहा था दूसरे ढंग से। सर अप्रैल में 30 दिन थे, लेकिन जब आपने वो स्टैटिस्टिक्स दिखाया तो उसमें 100 से ज्यादा डेज थे। वो स्क्रीन तो अब नहीं है सामने, तो मैं वो डेज नहीं, लेकिन वो मैंने देखा 100 से ज्यादा डेज आपने बताया अप्रैल के लिए 2024 में। तो इसके कैलकुलेशन का तरीका क्या है कि ये इतने ज्यादा दिन है?
ये नहीं, आपने सही बात बताया। शायद हम लोग ही आपको कंफ्यूज कर दिए, ऐसा नहीं है। सो मैं दो डायग्राम दिखाया, एक डायग्राम दिखाया आपको कि ईच सब डिवीजन में कितना दिन हीट वेव कंडीशंस रहा। इसे हम देखेंगे, वेस्ट बंगाल में 16 डेज रहा, उड़ीसा में 18 डेज रहा, आंध्र में 10 डेज रहा, और झारखंड में 10 डेज रहा। लाइक दैट इन डिफरेंट सब डिवीजन में कितना हीट वेव डेज रहा, इसका आंकड़ा हमने आपको दिया। दैट इज फाइनल, दैट इज गुड। और एक में दिखाया कि टोटल कैलकुलेट करें, सब डिवीजन हमारा 36 है। सो 36 सब डिवीजन में ईच सब डिवीजन को हम एक पकड़े, इसमें कितना दिन हुआ, मैं इसको ऐड कर दूं। जैसे 18 दिन हुआ उड़ीसा, 10 दिन हुआ वेस्ट बंगाल, 16 दिन हुआ वेस्ट बंगाल, 10 दिन हुआ झारखंड, 8 दिन हुआ बिहार। लाइक दैट इफ यू कैलकुलेट नंबर ऑफ हीट वेव डेज ओवर डिफरेंट मेट्रोलॉजिकल सब डिविजन्स, that number becomes 120 or something like that, I told you. Okay, so these are some of the number of days heat wave conditions over different meteorological subdivisions.
Sir, what is the
Actually, if I just look at one met subdivision, it has occurred only maximum is 18 days, that is Odisha, 16 days West Bengal. Now the region, Srishti was asking about the region. Are you asking about region?
So the
area,
average
area also. Yeah, if I look at area, I have shown in the map. Area covers the entire central India, entire North India, and adjoining Northeast Peninsula. But it did not occur over Northwest India. Climatologically, heat wave can occur in the month of April over plains of Northwest India, Central India, northern parts of Peninsula. But this year, it did not occur over plains of Northwest India, Central India. It occurred over Eastern India. When I say Central India, means Madhya Pradesh and adjacent areas. And Eastern India, it occurs, but this time it occurred more number of days. Peninsular India, it also occurs, but it occurs for more number of days. So it is not that West Bengal is not 2016, if I am correct. And this is the highest number of days for West Bengal.
सर एक और मुझसे बात पूछी गई थी कि सर एवरेज नंबर ऑफ हीट वेव डेज कितने हैं अप्रैल के?
अप्रैल का 3 दिन होता है हीट वेव डेज एवरेज, आप देखेंगे डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ कंट्री। इस सब डिवीजन की बात करें
3 into 36 means,
if you calculate total 3, but it will not be 36, no? The certain like northeastern side, they do not have the heat wave conditions. The Western Himalayan region, they do not have heat wave conditions. So you have to remove that. It will not be 3 into 36. So whatever area I have shown there, maybe it will be around 24 or so. In 24, second normal, we will provide you that normal number of days. If we just count all the meteorological subdivisions, what will be the number that we can give you? Okay.
Sir, I think the question was that how does it compare with the normal?
How?
This year's, how does the number of heat wave days in various parts of the country, how do they compare with normal for the month of April?
Yeah,
I think that was the question.
Yeah. So shall I share again? So if you look at, I told you, climatologically, the heat wave occurs for about 3 days in different meteorological subdivisions. But this time, it has occurred more number of days over eastern parts of the country and peninsular India, less number of days You can see the ascent over northwest India. Let me go to beginning.
ਇਹ ਬਾਰਡਰ ਏਰੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਨਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇਹ ਨਹਿਰ 2 ਕਿਲੋ 3 ਕਿਲੋਮੀਟਰ ਕੁਝ ਏਰੀਆ ਤੋਂ 4 ਕਿਲੋਮੀਟਰ
Okay, so this is the area where heat wave has prevailed. So heat wave occurred over West Bengal, Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, interior Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and also here Saurashtra and Konkan. It occurred for 2 to 4 days. You can say the yellow color 2 to 5 days. Green color is the maximum. Green color is no heat wave conditions. So therefore, naturally, if you go by climatology, you can expect heat wave over, say, Rajasthan or Haryana or Delhi or UP. But in this area, there has been no heat wave condition in the month of April. But you have got heat wave conditions higher than normal over these areas, especially which are shown in orange and red color. Is it clear? I can expect up to 3 days heat wave conditions over Rajasthan in month of April, for example. But this year there has been no heat wave condition over Rajasthan in the month of April. I can expect 3 number of days of heat wave condition over Odisha, but this year it has occurred for 18 days.
Yeah, against the normal of 3.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Sir, as you said, the anticyclone caused the land breeze to come in over, say, West Bengal and Odisha, and it came from, say, the western side or the northwestern side. But if you can kindly elaborate, see, as you said, there were no heat waves over those areas, the northwestern India or the central India. They were much cooler than eastern part of India. So what caused temperature in
you are not
the
correct.
eastern part of India to rise that much?
No, you are not correct. When I say land breeze, that doesn't mean that the land breeze is coming from Pakistan or land breeze is coming from Himalaya. The anticyclone is here. So, are you able to see my pointers?
Yes, I can see that.
Pointer,
ਇੰਨਾ ਵੀ ਮਹਿੰਗਾਈ ਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਵੀ ਅਮੀਰ ਆਦਮੀ ਤਾਜਰ ਹੈਗਾ.
You see, this is the center. You see, just follow my pointer here. This is the anticyclone circulation. So here wind is blowing like this. Okay. 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 Wind is going like this. The anticyclone is not extending up to Rajasthan or Madhya Pradesh. Anticyclone is here.
Okay.
Okay. So therefore, because of this, the winds are blowing like this. So wind is coming from here to here, here to here. Wind is not blowing from here to here. But that doesn't mean that wind is coming from Pakistan or Rajasthan to Odisha and West Bengal. No.
ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੇ ਦੁੱਧ ਦਾ ਰੇਟ ਮੈਂ ਸੁਣ ਕੇ
Sir, Jayashree from Hindustan Times.
Yes, madam.
I have a question, sir. In May, you said that above normal heat wave days are likely over northwest India and some more parts. Are we likely to see a similar formation of an anticyclone or similar weather system, or is it climatologically because we are expecting heat waves during May?
Yeah, this is the climatology for the month of May. Similar, climatology is almost similar for the month of May and April. So someone is asking what is the, this is the climatology. See, entire northwest India, Indo-Gangetic Plains, central India, northeast peninsula gets the heat wave conditions. And maximum number of heat wave conditions is about, on the average, I'm talking about based on data of 1993 to 2016, 3 days. Average is 3 days. That doesn't mean that every year it will be 3 days. It can be more, even 10 days, 15 days, or it can be less also. Just like this year, it happened in April. So this is the forecast for month of May. So this is the right-hand side you are looking at. Now this is the area where heat wave can occur. And this is the forecast area where heat wave can occur. I find there is not much difference. Area-wise, there is not much difference. Wherever heat wave occurs, it is likely to occur. A little less it is showing over northern, that is North Andhra Pradesh and adjoining South Odisha. That is white as compared to climatology. There can be heat wave conditions, but it is showing that the probability is less here. But probability is quite good and number is quite high here. If you just look at, say, Gujarat region, South Rajasthan, West Madhya Pradesh, Marathwada, nurturing Vidarbha. Here it is about 5 to 8 days. This color indicates 5 to 8 days. So there could be 5 to 8 days of heat wave conditions above the normal. What is the normal? Let us see that area here. Normal is about 2 to 3 days. Okay. In this, you get heat wave condition for 2 to 3 days normally. Here we will get 5 to 8 days extra. That means it will be 8 to 11 days. So therefore, what I've written here. So South Rajasthan, most Madhya Pradesh, Vidarbha, Marathwada, Gujarat region, you can have 8 to 11 days of heat wave conditions. And remaining areas of Rajasthan, then Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi, West UP, there also it is showing. It will be about normal. How many days? This is 2 to 4 days. This color indicates 2 to 4 days. You see this color, 2 to 4 days. So here also normally occurs 1 to 3 days. So 2 to 4 plus 3 if I make it. So it will be 5 to 7 days. So I can expect 5 to 7 days heat wave conditions here. So normally whatever we get, climatological area is almost same. But intensity wise, number of heat wave days will be higher as per the prediction over the western parts covering the area of Gujarat, that's Gujarat region, South Rajasthan, Madhya Maharashtra, not Madhya Maharashtra, Marathwada and Vidarbha, and western parts of MP. Followed by remaining parts of Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi, West, Uttar Pradesh, remaining parts of Madhya Pradesh, where it will be 2 to 4 days about normal, or total day will be about 5 to 7 days. Is it clear, Madam Jasri?
So just a small supplementary
Yes,
question.
sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, please tell. Please tell.
Any particular reason why for the climatological map we are taking the period from 1993 to 2016? It's a 23-24 year period. Not, I mean, just quite curious about.
No, there is no such reason. It should be updated now. We'll update it. It is just a published work. I have taken the data from published work. Okay. So the data is published, and therefore I have considered this data. And we are going to update it up to say latest period. We'll update it.
Okay. Okay.
सर मई के महीने में किसी साइक्लोन के आने की संभावना भी है, पर्टिकुलरली ये वेस्ट बंगाल, ये बंगाल की खाड़ी की तरफ, क्योंकि इधर आप कम दिखा रहे हैं हीट वेव.
क्लाइमेटोलॉजी आप देखेंगे तो क्लाइमेटोलॉजी के हिसाब से साइक्लोन डेवलप हो सकता है इन द मंथ ऑफ मे, एंड यूजुअली साइक्लोन डेवलप्स in association with two reasons. One is that there could be some cyclone developing over the Pacific Ocean, whose remnants can come and can intensify here, become cyclones. The other reason that the advancement of monsoon. So if you just look at the first reason, and we are not expecting any such cyclone coming from there or their remnants. And in situ also we are not expecting. For next 2 weeks we are given the nil activity. That means up to May 15 or May 10 to 12, the forecast that we have issued, we are not expecting any cyclone activity over the Bay of Bengal or Arabian Sea. But after that, what will happen? That forecast is not available at present. It will be updated every Thursday. We are providing cyclogenesis forecast. It will be known. But I want to say that usually, if you ask the climatology, during onset phase, it leads to development of the cyclones and depressions over the Bay of Bengal and also over the Arabian Sea. We cannot rule out. But it has nothing to do with heating at present, what we are getting.
Okay, sir.
Sir, this is Kalyan from Deccan Herald. Can you hear me?
Kalyan ji. Yes.
Sir, you said that this heat wave in the southern peninsula and East India is something a new phenomena. So what caused it? Is it only because of anticyclone effect, or there are other factors that caused this this heat wave in southern India?
You see, other factor I did not discuss here because all of you know, if I look at this year is an El Nino year. In the El Nino year, you get more heating. And once you have got more heating, you will have more heat wave days. So basically, if you look at the month of April and May, we get some kind of wind discontinuity over the Peninsula region. And accordingly, there is convergence of two air mass, one from Arabian Sea, one over the Bay of Bengal. They converge and give to thunderstorm activity. That activity has been quite less this year. That it won't, but is the regional phenomenon. The large scale phenomenon is that this is the El Nino year. In the El Nino year, usually, if you look at our analysis, climate analysis that I have shown earlier, in the El Nino year, you get more number of heatwave days.
Okay. And then the reason for the Kalboisakhi not having it is because of anticyclone. The Kalboisakhis are not so frequent in April.
Yeah, that's what I told. Because the anticyclone of the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea are not favorably located. There is anticyclone, as I told you. One anticyclone is in the western part of Arabian Sea, which is nearby to Oman, etc. Okay, so it is helping move moisture incursion towards Oman and the Middle East. Another anticyclone which is over the near Andhra Pradesh coast, which is not helping the moisture incursion over the east coast of India. Okay. Usually, if I have got two anticyclone, say around 15 degree, one over the Bay of Bengal close to Indian coast, another over the Arabian Sea close to Indian coast, that becomes the ideal, dumbbell size actually. That becomes ideal for thunderstorm activity over the Peninsula India. But for the eastern and northeastern India, if the anticyclone circulation is located towards the north, say northern part Central Bay or Headway of Bengal, that helps in moisture incursion and that will be widespread. If you remember the second week of April, there was no heatwave conditions. The first spell was 5 to 7. After that, the temperature fell down because of the large scale thunderstorm activity across the state. At that time, it happened so, and there was western disturbance passing over. So 1 week there was no heatwave conditions, even over eastern India also. And if you remember, the lowest air temperature was recorded during that period over Odisha and West Bengal. It's not simply the highest temperature of 47.2 has been recorded, followed by 47.1, one in Bhargura and the other one is the Kolaikunda. But the lowest temperature over Alipur, Kolkata, was also recorded in the month of April because of the rainfall activity. And same was the case over Odisha. So we have seen two extremes in the month of April. The lowest temperature of day has been recorded, so the highest temperature of the day has been recorded.
Prabhudat here.
Yes,
sir, namaskar.
Namaskar.
Sir, you said that La Nina conditions may evolve by August. So July, in the 4 months monsoon season, July gets the highest rainfall. So what does it mean if we get La Nina by August? Do we expect heavy rainfall during August also?
Yeah, if you just look at the prediction, we told that by the beginning of June, neutral condition will develop. That means El Nino southern oscillation will have no adverse impact over Indian monsoon. And also it is not favor. It is neither favoring nor opposing. It is neutral conditions. And in the second half, that is August, September, it will La Nina conditions. So La Nina condition favors. That means you can qualitatively say that August, September, they can expect more rain as compared to June, July. But I will tell you, it is not the only factor. Just like last year, El Nino and La Nina conditions are the only factor. It may so happen that one cyclone will come in the month of June, it can be very good rainfall activity. Just like last year it happened, the cyclone Viparjaya. Monsoon was not there, but we get very good rainfall activity starting from Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, good rainfall activity in the month of June because of this cyclone. Then after that, what happens actually, a number of low pressure systems. Last year, it was El Nino condition. But still, I told that, yes, we will have good rainfall activity. It so happened that one is that cyclone I told you in the month of June, 16 number of low pressure systems developed in June to September against number of 13. So number of low pressure systems and their persistence was so high last year, it could give very good rainfall activity. So that what I want to say that there are many other factors apart from El Nino or La Nina which can influence the monsoon rainfall activity. So therefore, what we do actually, we follow up. Once we have been long range forecast, we are not stopping there. We are going for after seasonal forecast, monthly forecast, then monthly forecast to weekly forecast of the next 4 weeks. Then you've got everyday forecast up to 7 days. Then you've got everyday forecast every 3 hours. That is for very short time, the 3 hours. So it is a continuity. So I request those who are the users, they should follow this chain. If you follow only one chain that आपने बोला था सब ये होगा, no, you have to follow continuously types of forecast.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
सर अनिरुद्ध बोल रहा हूँ एक बार फिर। सर एक चीज जानना चाह रहे थे कि आप ऑफिशियली अप्रैल का और मई का जो एवरेज नंबर ऑफ डेज ऑफ हीट वेव्स हो वो सर दिलवा दीजिए केवल।
हाँ दे देंगे, ठीक है।
ठीक सर।
Yeah, Dr. Janamani will prepare it and we'll find out. Okay. But these maps, what we have shown, that is also official map. You can utilize it. This is number of days based on data of 1993 to 2016. Okay, but the total number of days for the country as a whole, that is sub-region days, what I told you, that will calculate and give you.
Sir, this side is Baninder.
Yes,
I wanted to, first of all, thanks for giving your time. This is with regard to, so next time when you come up, so please share something more on Bangalore also, sir, because Bangalore is facing so much water crisis and this heat wave. So maybe something more on Bangalore can be added next time. Thanks, sir. Thanks.
Yeah, but this time also there is a good news. In the month of May, if you look at the heat wave conditions, Bangalore is not covered by heat wave conditions. We will not have heat wave conditions in Bangalore. Okay. So, but if you look at the temperature, this is the maximum temperature. The probability, if you just look at Bangalore area, probability is less, but it's showing that above normal temperature for month. And the coastal Karnataka, it is showing the above normal temperature. Rainfall, if I just look at rainfall, is look at it is showing white color in many parts of South India Karnataka. That means model is not able to correctly predict, correctly signal
Yes,
what will happen. But in certain pockets,
yes, so many white parts are there.
Yeah.
Yes.
In certain area, yellow is also there, the green is there. And but northern parts of Karnataka it is showing, and central part of Karnataka is showing the violet and blue colors. That means you will have good rainfall activity there. But around Bangalore, I should not give any location forecast from this long range, but still, for curiosity, I am telling Kerala and adjoining South Karnataka, if you just look at it is the yellow color. That means the probability of below normal rainfall activity.
Thanks, sir. Thanks.
Okay. Any other comments or suggestions? So then, so thank you very much. On behalf of India Meteorological Department, Minister of Earth Sciences, and my personal behalf, we thank all of you for your cooperations and commitment toward this integral approach by IMD and yourself to serve the country. So we'll continue this exercise, and next month we'll meet by end of May or the 1st of June. And perhaps by the time we'll give the second stage of forecast for the monsoon season. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.